Coming up, we'll explore the Exuma Cays, which are home to the Land and Sea Park and some of the most beautiful beaches and turquoise water in the world.
It's nice to be sailing for a change.
And we finally get to fly our asymmetrical spinnaker. I've dreamt of taking off in a sailboat to cruise the world for as long as I can remember, and now that dream is coming true. In our previous episode, we crossed the Gulf Stream and checked into the Bahamas. We waited for some heavy weather to pass and slowly made our way to the Exumas. We enjoyed a day playing with the iguanas at Allen Key, and now it's time to push further down island to explore the Exuma Cays Land and Sea Park. At Shroud Key, we got an early start while the tide was high and set off to explore the mangroves in our dinghy with a fellow cruiser. Shroud Key has several channels that cut through the mangroves to the other side of the island. This is known as the washing machine, which is a narrow passage with strong currents that can swirl you around and push you out to sea if you let it. This is me having a go at it.
See where she goes. Need some left before I get it. I took her a long ways.
Further south is Wardrick Wells, which is arguably the most beautiful island in the area. It's home to the Exuma Cays Land and Sea Park Visitor Center, beautiful beaches, and some really nice hiking trails. We hiked to the top of Boo Boo Hill for some amazing views. Legend has it that this spot is haunted by the souls of a missionary ship that went aground on the reef below and sank with everyone still aboard. The tradition is to leave an offering for King Neptune to guarantee safe travels, and from the looks of it, cruisers have been doing this for years. We didn't have any spare parts on board, so we wrote our name on a piece of driftwood. The trail took us a few miles around the island where we found some old wells that would collect rain for the original inhabitants. We also found some more little coves and beaches. This is a little causeway. It's Jeff taking my picture in the water. It's Anchorage. High tide. Woo! Here's where we were, Butterfly Beach, on the other side of those cairns. This looks like a pretty cool little basin though. I'd hang here. We played around for another day exploring a wreck and relaxing on the beach. Over the next few days, we continued to island hop and explore these spectacular islands. Don't misstep. Hopefully we didn't go off the trail somewhere. Do not trip on this. Oh, wow. Some new friends introduced us to one of the most beautiful and surreal beaches we have ever seen. This elusive beach only reveals itself during low tides. We felt truly privileged to see it. Oh, maybe it's over there. The sugar soft sand contrasted against the crystal blue water was just magical. The next day, we moved on down to O'Brien Cay for some spectacular snorkeling in a spot called the Aquarium, where the water was gin clear and the fish and corals were abundant. I'd never seen water so clear. The next day, we had a short passage to Staniel Cay where we hoped to get some groceries. The Exuma Islands are so remote, finding provisions can be a challenge. Fortunately, Staniel Cay had 2 small grocery stores. We left Staniel Cay heading for Hawkbille on the sound side of the Exumas, where the rich blue water was clear enough to see the bottom, even at 60 feet. We spent the night in Hawkbille and then moved on to Highbourne to wait out some strong winds, then had a lovely day sail to the Clifton Bay. So here we are, sailing on our way from North Highbourne to
New Providence Island.
And
great sailing today. We're doing about 7 point, depending on which gauge you look at, 7.4, 7.6 knots. The wind is blowing about 19 to 20, 18 to 20. It goes back and forth. And we got full sails out. We're on a broad reach. And yeah, we're heading up go around some shoals and come into New Providence. There's another boat on the AIS over here. We're gonna come closer too. He's on the horizon. And it's just fantastic conditions. 80 degrees. Woo! Every once in a while we get one of those. And everything is great. It's nice to be sailing for a change.
the water is super clear. It's more turquoise green.
It's got a green color here compared to the really aqua blue we had in the Exumas. You can see the bottom. It's what, 17 feet deep.
Yep, and every once in a while you see a rock or something go by.
Coral head.
Coral head, and that's how you know you're seeing the bottom.
But yeah, it's nobody else out here except for that one boat 5 miles off, and this catamaran way back there somewhere. There he is with a spinnaker out. Hard to believe he's got a spinnaker a day like this. Knocking us around a bit. Yeah, the waves are on the port quarter, and they're 2 to 3 feet, but they're real close together, and kind of knocking us around a bunch. But it's not bad. Not too uncomfortable.
It's how you work out your core muscles. Keep your strength, even though you're sitting around doing not a lot of anything, just enjoying the day. From Clifton Bay, we had a day sail to Morgan's Bluff on Andros Island. We finally got to fly our asymmetrical spinnaker for the first time. It took a few tries to get the line set up, but it was worth it. We hung out on Andros for a day, then pressed on across the Bahama bank to Honeymoon Harbor. There was no wind, making the water so smooth and clear, I could watch the bottom go by for hours. It just mesmerizes you, like staring at a bonfire. on our passage back to Biscayne Bay, Jeff finally caught us dinner, a Cerro mackerel. We saw an oil rig being towed and finally made it back to Biscayne Bay. Thank you for watching this episode of Sailing Mandela. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, and join us again next time for our adventures through the Florida Keys.